Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Housewives Teresa Giudice updates on her current status with Danielle Staub. Season 14 of The Real Housewives of New Jersey was the death knell of the series that fans loved. The cast was divisive and downright vicious. The crew fell into two groups: the supporters of Teresa Giudice and those who backed her sister-in-law Melissa Gorga. After a long pause, casting is reportedly underway. Meanwhile, Teresa is revealing a surprising fact about her relationship with enemy Danielle Staub. As you may recall, during Season 1, Teresa flipped a table at Danielle. Years later, Danielle returned to Housewives, and the duo was thick as thieves. However, when Danielle spilled that Teresa encouraged her to yank co-star Margaret Joseph's ponytail, the OG was in a pickle, so she broke up with Danielle over the phone. Recently, Teresa was a guest on her daughter's podcast, Casual Chaos with Gia Giudice. Did I really just type that? Anyway, Teresa gave us a nugget about the current state of her relationship with Danielle. I ended up getting to know her, and then look, we ended up making up later on, Teresa said. Let me tell you, Danielle was made for it. She was TV gold, she stated. The mom of four continued, she was awesome. She just put it all out there, literally. Then Teresa explained why she ended up flipping the table. She was fun and very easygoing, just so much fun, even though in the beginning, she was like insulting me a little bit, Teresa said of Danielle. That's what made me flip the table on her, you know? Because she would just throw these little jabs at me, like she said to Joe Giudice, "Don't speak to me like you speak to your wife." Stuff like that. Teresa added, and then I'm the type where I take it, and then when I don't take it anymore, I explode. Well, Housewives viewers know all too well about Teresa's ability to pop off. It remains to be seen if table-flipping Teresa will be part of Season 15 of Housewives. The Real Housewives of New Jersey is streaming on Peacock and Hulu in the UK and Ireland. The morning sun shimmered over the rolling green hills of Montville, New Jersey, where the Giudice estate sat like a Tuscan villa dropped on American soil. Inside, Teresa Giudice stood in her kitchen, stirring her coffee with a flourish only she could muster. Long, manicured nails clicking against the porcelain like a warning bell. Today wasn't just any day. Today she was hosting a brunch, and not just any brunch. The brunch. I want sparkle, she muttered to herself, flipping her voluminous hair over one shoulder. I want gold. I want flowers. I want wow. Teresa didn't do anything halfway. Whether it was flipping a table or flipping through yoga poses in Bali, she was all in, all heart, fiery, unapologetic, and always a little over the top. She sashayed through her house in a pink silk robe embroidered with TG in rhinestones, passing a gilded mirror where she paused to admire herself. You're glowing, Tre, she told her reflection. Must be the love. Or the contour. Her four daughters bustled in and out, each a walking extension of their mother's legacy. Gia, her eldest, popped into the kitchen with an espresso and a reminder. Mom, you told the florist 800 roses. He sent 900. Calm down. Teresa didn't flinch. More roses? Good. Let these girls know they're stepping into a garden, not a funeral. She was still half the woman from Season 1. The firecracker with the thick accent and thicker skin, but years of heartbreak, courtrooms, tabloids, and jail time had carved new dimensions into her soul. People thought she was just drama and designer bags, but beneath the glam was a woman who survived, evolved, and still knew how to make a damn good pasta sauce. By noon, the house was transformed into a vision of pinks, whites, and glittering glass. The driveway sparkled with Range Rovers and Bentleys. Teresa stood at the door in a fitted white jumpsuit, cinched at the waist with a golden Versus belt. As the women of Housewives stepped out of their cars, the air tightened. Cameras whirred, mics were adjusted, gloss was reapplied. This wasn't just brunch. It was a battleground with mimosas. Margaret walked up first, purse swinging like a pendulum of passive aggression. Tre, you look amazing, babe. Teresa hugged her lightly. Thanks, Margaret. You too. That shade of pink really brings out your opinions. Jackie, always the analyst, whispered, is there going to be a seating chart, or do we just sit where the drama's hottest? Inside, the brunch kicked off with a toast. Teresa raised her crystal flute, locking eyes with each of her frenemies. To strong women, she said, her voice dripping in sweet danger. May we raise them, may we be them, and may we not throw wine at them, today. Laughter erupted, nervous, high-pitched. For a moment, peace reigned. There was tiramisu on golden plates, prosecco towers, and the kind of gossip that could sink ships or boost ratings. But peace in Jersey is about as stable as a table at a posh fashion show. It was when Dolores mentioned a certain off-camera conversation that things began to spiral. I'm just saying, she said, swirling her drink. You said you'd never trust Melissa again, and now you're planning a trip to Mykonos together? Teresa's eyes flared. Excuse me? I said I'd never trust her with secrets. That's different. She's still family, even if she thinks she invented sprinkle cookies. Melissa rolled her eyes. Here we go again with the cookies. That was 12 years ago. You brought store-bought cookies to Christmas, Melissa, in Jersey. That's a sin. As voices rose and tempers frayed, Teresa stood up slowly, placing her champagne glass down with the ominous grace of a woman about to either give a speech or flip a charcuterie board. Ladies, she said, I didn't invite you here for fighting. I invited you here because I wanted to celebrate how far I've come, how far we've come. You don't have to like me. Hell, half of you probably don't, but I'm standing here, stronger than ever, and I'm proud of who I am. For once, silence followed. Real silence, not the kind where people are plotting retorts or texting producers, just a beat of genuine pause, because Teresa, for all her drama and designer shoes, had a rawness that couldn't be faked. Later that afternoon, after the guests left, Teresa wandered into her backyard. The roses were wilting slightly in the heat. She kicked off her heels and sat by the pool, dipping her toes in.